So while we do have full-time foot patrol, we've been encouraging police officers throughout the course of their tour duty to get out of their cars and engage in foot patrol. And in fact, this past Tuesday, that's just what these two young police officers were doing. The female officer in the video is a 2.5-year veteran assigned to the Southeast District, and the male police officer in the video is actually a police trainee who's in the academy, spending some time on the street. He'll then go back to the academy and eventually graduate. So they were walking down South Broadway this past Tuesday, a day much like today, perfect weather, mid-70s, and their attention was drawn to a man screaming obscenities on the other side of the street. Now, the community doesn't expect police officers to walk by that type of thing. So the community has a real expectation of us to go investigate it and check out what's going on. And that's just, in fact, what these two police officers did. They were met by our suspect. He did not have a shirt on, and he continued to yell and scream obscenities. We'll provide you with a copy of the statement of charges. They lay out exactly what he continued to say to the officers. I've watched the video 5 or 6 times. I think the officers showed remarkable restraint. I really do. I stopped counting how many times our female police officer said stop to him and gave him every opportunity to walk away, every opportunity to calm down. So this is where the art form of policing is really best spoken about. What does the community, what does leadership expect police officers to do in that scenario where this man is obviously acting in a disorderly and bizarre way in a community in broad daylight that's a mix of residential and business? We can't walk away. I don't expect those officers to walk away. And it became very clear to me that at a certain point during that scenario, there was more than enough probable cause to effect an arrest. And in fact, the person we arrested announced on several occasions that he was going to F up the police officers, announced on several occasions, don't touch me. It was clear that a confrontation was coming. They were going to have contact. That was very, very clear. And when that one punch is thrown where our male police officer, our trainee, is knocked to the ground, and our other police officer continues to attempt to bring our suspect into custody, a group of citizens flagged down another marked police car that was nearby and drew his attention to that scenario. I asked earlier, I said, did the two officers involved in this call out on the radio before they had an interaction with this man? And the answer I got was no, and it's an answer that I fully accept because they were simply interacting with somebody. I don't expect police officers to get on the police radio every time they have an interaction with another human being. Police officers certainly didn't expect that scenario to go that way. That's not something we see every day. It is a reminder that this is a dangerous job. We don't want to get in that type of scenario just as much as citizens don't want to see us in that scenario. I'd be more than happy never to speak about a use of force incident again. But when we're out here 24/7, 365, and we're doing what the community expects us to do, walking a beat in the middle of a day and investigating what appears to be bizarre and disorderly conduct, these things are going to happen from time to time. And I just wanted to speak about that in a way that is thoughtful. I'm not up here saying that police officers should hunker down and engage in an us versus them mentality. That's not it at all. This confrontation is unusual. Thankfully, it is unusual. That's why we're all here today. But when these unusual incidents occur, I think it's a moment that we should all take to examine the environment. And the environment right now, for whatever reason, seems to prompt this type of scenario. And we just got to get our arms around it as a community and move forward.